Okay, so Kansas City, you're down in central New York. You're up here, of course, and Scott and many associates around the country. You guys are on a roll. So what can we learn today from Scott? Check that from Josh Kearney.
So today, the second rule, the second thing you want to test and think about when it comes to asking yourself whether or not you're hypnotizable. The number two, the second part of this. Let me say that differently.
Yeah.
The second factor in hypnotizability and success comes from, can you allow yourself to follow directions? And that's directions from both men and women, depending on who is administering the hypnosis. Can you allow yourself to take each simple step that's described to you and required of you in order to get results? And that's what you want to ask yourself second.
Okay.
So that's important because remember, the way that we're trained to react to certain people and certain situations and certain details of people could both heighten and disparage the results that are possible to us, depending on how we grew up. So it's important to be able to open your mind. If you can open your mind to following each suggestion, instead of trying to pick and choose which suggestion is right for you, just trusting that you're automatically going to get unconsciously what's right for you and what will work in relation to your goal during hypnosis. If you can do that, then yes, you can be successful with hypnosis. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can find a way in your mind to kind of examine exactly what you want your life to be and what's more important. Do you want to be able to feel like you've done a good job and that you're a good boy or girl and that you can be right? Or do you want to be happy and make the change that you want to make? Because no matter who the person is, they do have something valuable for you, or else they wouldn't be in front of you. So no matter how you personally feel about somebody even, you do realize the suggestions they're going to give you can fit into your life with the change that you want right away. So in the first clip, we talked about being able to focus, to fixate, to open your mind through focus and focus on one thing. The second here in part two would be what? Can you follow instructions? Can you allow yourself to open your mind to these new suggestions that are from some people that you would never even be used to being around? And remember, it is a kind of professional yet intimate moment when you're in a small room and you're focused on somebody's voice and you do have a need that you asked for, and your mind opens up and your nervous system opens up to these new changes that you would require in order to get the goal that you want. Can you do something as simple as being able to sit down and stand up when you're requested to or you're told to? Can you do something as easy as letting your arms and legs go with relaxation and kind of opening your mind to these new relaxation possibilities that would lead you to letting you know that you're under hypnosis in a light trance and your mind is open up to following through with each suggestion? And that could be a suggestion of any kind. That could be a suggestion of change your routine in the morning, or maybe that junk food that you used to feel a lack of control with, something sugary, you feel like uncontrollable urges for, all of a sudden just turns boring and just disappears into the past. Like that urge just all of a sudden just has no value anymore. And then you replace that with eating the right foods and planning ahead and getting active in your day. It's that simple. And so following instructions is number two. Can you follow simple instructions that would lead you to the promised land of your goal?
Right. Well, good. And, well, I mean, that's easier said than done. I mean, this isn't rocket science by any means, Josh. Can you follow simple instructions? Well, when someone picks up the phone, sees a phone number, they're following instructions to say, hey, this particular service can help me. That's following instructions.
Quit smoking and stay non-smokers.
Yeah.
People that came in and fixed their relationships. People that came in and got a new body. They created a new body for themselves.
Right.
We didn't do it for them.
Right.
They just focused and followed instructions. They followed instructions into their goal.
Yeah, I mean, again, New York State spends millions, probably collectively over $1 billion in recent years, illustrating the effects of smoking. And again, those are good ads, because when you see someone without teeth, without their trachea, without their face,
a hole in the throat.
It's a hole in their throat. I mean, their quality of life obviously has been lost because of this. If that doesn't scare the shit out of you enough, then obviously I think that why would New York State suggest to get professional services such as yourself, since they're spending so much money and time, and people still aren't getting the message.
That's right, and a lot of us are footing the bill.
Yeah, well, of course, it's
There's
our
going
money.
to be people in every single industry
Sure.
that don't uphold the standard they need to.
Of course.
Whether they're chiropractors or general practitioners in a practice, a medical practice.
Plastic surgeons.
Right.
Yeah.
Or hypnotists as
Yeah,
well.
sure.
So it's important that you do feel trust. It's important that you do feel comfortable and see the stories and the myriad of people that have come in of all different cuts, of all different shapes and sizes, of all different backgrounds that have come in, focused, followed instructions, and gotten what they want. So those stories are available to you. So they're available to you on this platform, on YouTube. They're available to you on Facebook. They're available to you on Instagram. They're available to you on all senses of social media, all platforms of social media. They're also available to you on our website at destinyhypnosis.com. Mm-hmm. And remember, we see clients from all over the country. Virtually, we see clients in person, both in the Kansas City area and upstate New York.
So you can do it. I mean, obviously, a lot of people have gotten accustomed to doing things remotely, thanks to the last year and a half and so
The way that
forth.
we build trust with people and that you can find trust is through the stories of people that have had a vast amount of success. So we work by Zoom, and it is effective. And I just want to let you know, this morning as I sat down, I got a note from somebody in Kansas City who went through our smoking cessation, and they're not all the way through the program yet. Mm-hmm. But they emailed me to let me know they're back from vacation and that they haven't smoked a cigarette.
That's fantastic. So what type of, how can you summarize things today and get people motivated to make that call, Josh?
So remember, if you believe you can follow instructions and you're ready to admit that you have a goal and there's some pain you want to let go of, that's when you give us a call. Mm-hmm. So that's number 2. That's the second thing you need to have present in order to be hypnotized. So we'll have numbers 3 and 4 coming up for you soon.
Awesome. Well, that concludes this episode, if you will, of a Get Real podcast here, high above Public Square here at the H2O Studios. I'm Glenn Curry, speaking on behalf of Josh Kearney and his podcast, otherwise known as, once again, as the aforementioned Get Real podcast, and we'll see you soon.